All right. Okay. So people think you come to life changing beliefs on your own. And it would be great if that were the case, right? But the truth is, sometimes these life changing moments are modeled for you, or this life changing beliefs, I should say, are modeled for you. And sometimes it takes one question, one really piercing question, or one honest question, or one situation to wake you up, sort of jolt you out of your way of being. So for me, it started with my mom. She passed away years ago. But what I carry with me is this: she spent so much of her time acquiring material things, clothes, shoes. In fact, I like to say I get my fashion sense from her. And she performed, she produced, but she never really had the space to enjoy them. And even though she didn't mean to teach me this lesson was inadvertently passed down to me. I learned that I learned when she passed away, right? That her life and her passing, unfortunately or sadly, at 59, which to me at the time was really ancient or seemed ancient. What it showed me, what I learned was that performance doesn't guarantee fulfillment. Because fast forward years later, as a coach, I'm in Cancun, I'm in Mexico, we're having drinks, and I was sitting with my coach at the time when she asked me a question that I will never forget. She said, and I paraphrase, but this was the sentiment, right? If you keep proving yourself this way, if you keep doing all these things, getting all these things, purchasing all these things, program after program, course after course, going after this, strategy after strategy, when will it ever feel enough in my life and even in my business? If you keep proving, performing, getting, doing, when will you ever feel enough? When will it ever feel enough? And in that moment, or moments after, or a little shortly after, it was like a flashback. I saw my mom, felt her absence, her never getting to rest, even rest into her worth, into who she was called to be, her being. And then I saw myself running on the same treadmill, performing, proving, pretending, acquiring, doing all these things. And that was the days after, those were the days, right, that I realized performing wasn't the only way that I could matter, that I mattered just as I was. I mattered just as I be, right? So let me ask you at this time, do you believe you have to perform to be seen, to be loved, to be valued? Do you only feel like you matter when you're doing something? What's the story, or what are the stories that have been running through your mind that you've been telling yourself about how you matter? For me, my story was I had to keep doing things. I had to be the best dressed, or at least so I thought. And the third question I want to ask you is, what would shift in your life if you stopped performing and trusted that you were already enough, that you already mattered, that you already belonged, that you're already valuable just as you are? What would shift in your life? Drinking some tea. Because when you answer those questions honestly, you'll start to see exactly why you feel tired, why you're exhausted, why you're not having that sense of fulfillment, of happiness, or peace. And you'll also start to see or experience what it would feel like to finally feel fulfilled and alive in your own life, in your own skin again. So the three questions are, and you can always repeat, of course, watch it again. Do you believe you have to perform to be seen, to be valued, to feel worthy? What's the story, or what are the stories that are running through your mind telling you about how you matter? Or what stories have you been telling yourself about how you matter? And the third is, what would shift in your life if you stopped performing and trusted that you already mattered just as you are? Excuse me. In the last live, I shared, or I told you about how I shifted from the framework or the paradigm of doing all these different things to have all these different things so that I could be who I thought I was supposed to be. And that's what I spent a large part of my adult life doing things to have things so that I could be somebody, be worthy, be fulfilled, be valuable, belong. But I never got that being, because that was the false belief running through my life. And it wasn't until I switched and changed to being who I wanted to be, being content with who I was, being just as I am, so that that propelled me to do the things that the person that I was or that I be would do, to have the fulfillment. And how this shift has been the foundation of my finally creating a life that actually feels good. And it's not over. It's going to keep going until I take my last breath. But I've certainly come a long way. And every day, truly from the bottom of my heart, I say this: I feel fulfillment with everything that I do and every day that I am blessed to have. So that was what allowed me, that belief was, that shift was what allowed me or enabled me or propelled me to create this life that I'm living now, that feels just as good on the outside, or feels just as good on the inside, excuse me, as it looks on the outside. So today I want to take you a little bit deeper, because I didn't just come to that shift on my own. I wish I had. Someone modeled it for me. And the way that they lived their life and the question that I was asked later showed me that my worth had absolutely diddly squat to do with performance. My worth had nothing to do with what I was acquiring, the way I was performing, pretending, showing up. So today I want you to see where that shift came from, because it's very important. For me, it was my mom's life and that piercing question that I was asked. My coach's words made me realize that worth isn't something that you earn, it's something that you live, it's something that you are, that you have already. And since that belief took root, everything really started to shift. And I'm just going to share some ways in which it shifted. In my fitness, I stopped punishing my body and I started to listen to it. And I was able to release over 33 pounds. And since then, I'm actually in, well, I was in my best shape a few years ago, sort of transitioning with, things happening, but I'm much stronger, much better. And I'm on my journey in a way that is sustainable to becoming, to having much less, more muscle mass and less fat. So that's one thing. In fitness, I stopped punishing my body. I have a very healthy, very realistic, very sustainable relationship with food, with my body, where I listen to it, where I'm exercising with ease, enjoying it, where I'm running and just feeling very vibrant and energized, where I'm actually stronger than I was in my 30s and even in my 40s. Because the look that I'm going for is more aesthetic, honestly. On a health level, I feel I am much more healthy and I'm stronger. In my relationships, I stopped chasing approval, stopped trying to have all these relationships that weren't really even supposed to be relationships that I was in. I stopped trying to earn spaces in places and in relationships with people and spaces that I was not supposed to be in anyway. I let myself be seen as who I truly am. I took that mask off. And even financially, my money, obviously I'm spending less because I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not buying things that don't make any sense. You know that saying, buying things you don't need to show off to people you don't like and who don't care about you, something to that effect. Anyway, so financially, I've seen a huge improvement because I'm no longer trying to earn worthiness, buy worthiness with all the external trappings that I was doing before. I don't have to prove anything. So I'm making aligned choices with things that I purchase. So, who showed you a belief you still carry today? Let me know. Has anyone showed you? And if they have, who was it? And what was that belief? If you can share. Because if you can name who shaped your belief, you'll start to see why you're carrying it and whether it's time to put it down. So for me, it was my mom, and I definitely laid it down. May her soul rest in peace, but I'm not doing that anymore. And that's one of the things that's fueling the work that I do, you know. So if you can name who shaped your belief or where that belief came from or what shaped your belief, you'll start to see why it's there, why you're carrying it, and you'll be able to, in turn, put it down, put it to bed, throw it away, let it go, right? Beliefs are not abstract. They're not. There's something that led you to believe what you believe. It didn't just come from the earthers. It may seem like it did, but there's something that led you to believe or to absorb or to take on that belief. They are model for us, and we absorb them. And as adults, this is the beauty of it. We get to decide the ones that we keep. So obviously, we're going to lay to rest. We're going to let go. We're going to release those beliefs that are not serving us, that are not aligned with who we are now or where we would like to go. And we're going to hold on to, if you've been fortunate enough to only have beliefs that are aligned with you, that make you a better person, make you a better version, then perfect. You get to keep them. Maybe you can improve them. Maybe you can add more. But really think about it. Who shaped the belief or beliefs that you're carrying right now? My belief was I have to perform to be worthy. And I find that that belief is one that is very popular, very common amongst high achieving women, especially Black women. And that's where even that statement that I have, where I say that Black strong woman trap, or that strong Black woman trap, is killing us, and we don't even know it. It's from the belief that we have to perform to be worthy. We have to be the most educated, the most this, the most that. Um, so if the belief for you, like it was for me, is that you have to perform to be worthy, your whole life will bend around proving that belief. You'll just do things, be things, say things, act on things to support, to prove that belief. But if your belief is, I'm already worthy just as I am, just as I be, everything, your joy, your choices, your relationships, your finances, everything just starts to shift in that direction. And that's the importance of unpacking your beliefs and where they came from, and identifying if they support you or if they don't, and what you should do if they do or they don't. Um, so, who taught you a belief that you're now rethinking? That's another part of that question. So, for me, just as I recap, that day in Mexico changed me because my mom's life and my coach's question came together in a way that really opened my eyes to show me this. Worth does not come from performance. Your worth, my lady, does not come from performance. My worth does not come from performance. My worth comes from just being me. Your worth comes from just being you, just as you are. You are worthy. Once you believe that, once you internalize that, once you embody that, you'll see all sorts of things open up for you. The happiness, the peace that you've been chasing, they'll just become a part of you. You won't even realize how fun and light life is for you. You'll be so excited to wake up in the morning. You won't have to prep and be this person in different spaces. You'll just be who you are wherever you are. And that's so freeing and so light and so vibrant. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I think you can tell, right? So that's why I do this work today. That's why I'm here sharing this with you. That's what I do with my clients. That's what I do with myself. Because as I mentioned, it's a journey that is always going to be until I take my last breath. So, comment ready if you're done performing and you want to learn more about the Embody program. It's my 8-week experience for high achieving Black women that are ready to live from real worth, not worth that's attached to anything other than who they are. Or, as a first quick start, you can grab the High Achievers Guide. The link is somewhere below. In the next life, I'll share my superpower as a coach and how it shows up in my work and even in my life. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.